Okay. Hello again. So, I'm wearing the same clothes because this is part two. So, as we went over last time, not really very much, just that timeline of Columbus Landing, Jamestown, San Geronimo, New Mexico, and all that good stuff, and you can go back and read it. I'm not going to go over it again. So, after we go over this, so who looked for a new route to India? And the options are the Pilgrims or Columbus. And so just get a pen and paper and write what you think is the right answer. The Pilgrims or Columbus. Who sailed across the Atlantic Ocean? Columbus or Pilgrims? Number 3, who came for religious freedom? Columbus or Pilgrims? Number 4, who came looking for spices, silk, and gold? Columbus or Pilgrims? Who sailed on the Mayflower? C or P? C, Columbus, P, Pilgrims. And last but not least, who did the Native Americans teach to survive in America? Columbus or the Pilgrims? Okay, and so then, so in 1942, Columbus was looking for India. His ships, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, there's a bunch of words here that you have the option of like filling in, which are, if you want to write them down, landed, religious freedom, Pilgrims, Indians, died, D-I-E-D, India, which just showed right there, Columbus was looking for India, the Mayflower, Thanksgiving, and Africans, colony, missions, slaves. So you should have 3, 6, 9, 12 words written down. Okay, so his ships, Columbus's ships, which we just named, were blank at San Salvador Island. So I'm gonna go with landed, but that's just my guess. Columbus, oops, and I should let you guys guess. Columbus named the Native Americans he met Indios, or 3, I'm going to go with Indians. Jamestown was the first English colony, is my guess. And many Jamestown colonists blank because there was no food. We're going to go with died. Spanish explorers came to North America in the 1500s. The Spanish built blank in California. I'm going to say missions. In California, Texas, and New Mexico. And if you remember, New Mexico was also known as, oh gosh, do I have early onset Alzheimer's? Not Jamestown, but San Geronimo. Okay. And Spanish explorers came to North America. Oops, I just read that. And they wanted to have blankety blank, religious freedom. They sailed on the Mayflower. This ship landed at Plymouth, Massachusetts. Living in a new country was difficult for the Pilgrims. The Native Americans showed the Pilgrims how to plant, hunt, fish, and build houses. 1621, Pilgrims and Native Americans celebrate the first Thanksgiving, is my guess for the blank line of number 10. And then, comma, 11, there's a blank, were taken to America and sold as slaves. So I'm going to go with, American Indians celebrate the first Thanksgiving. We're taking Americans sold as slaves. I want to say Africans. But that's just my guess. So, I'm just kind of taking it along with whatever you guys' guesses are. and we'll figure out what the answers are afterwards. Most blank were forced to work on plantations. Oh, so I'm going to say that was Africans. So I'm going to say before, would probably be, most slaves were forced to work on plantations or as domestic servants. So somewhere along these lines we'll get the answers. All right. So now we're just gonna have a little blip on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, which is in November, which is, discussed in the first video, which was the Pilgrims and Native Americans getting together, exchanging, some cultural, norms from their, separate, civilizations, and kind of coming together, eating special foods, turkey, sweet potatoes, pumpkin pie, things we still carry on today as traditions in America. 1620, 100 pilgrims and workers left England on the Mayflower. The pilgrims went looking for religious freedom. Pilgrims wanted to go to Virginia, but arrived in Massachusetts. 1620, Mayflower landed at Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts. That's when half of the colonists were sick and died. In the spring, and Native Americans helped the colonists to plant crops, fish, hunt, survive. Pilgrims invited the Native Americans to share their food, and so that's how that national holiday came. So I'm sure that will definitely be brought up. But pretty simple stuff, I think, as far as that goes. Okay, so here's a little test we've got. I think the answers are at the back. But I recommend for now, taking your best guess, which is what I'm gonna do. And you can always write in the comments if you don't know what the answers are. I'll post them. Because I'm just gonna guess along with you guys right now. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? Okay, so I'm gonna say B. Okay, so A is Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand. B is American Indians. C is King George III. D, George Washington. So I'm gonna go with B. 2. Why did colonists come to America? A, gold. B, to go to India. C, to buy tea. D, for religious freedom and economic opportunity. So don't let this confuse you, because originally Christopher Columbus was looking for India, but also people have come to America for religious freedom and economic opportunity. So this is specifically, why did colonists come to America? And this was, I would go with, I thought they wanted to discover India. Otherwise, I would say for religious freedom and an economic opportunity. So, we'll see. Number 3. Who helped pilgrims in America? A, Columbus. B, the Native Americans. C, Plymouth. D, the Mayflower. I will go with the Native Americans, B. And that goes back to what we were just talking about, which was Thanksgiving. 4. What was the name of the pilgrim ship? A, Thanksgiving. B, Plymouth. C, the Santa Maria. D, the Mayflower. And I will go with D, the Mayflower. What holiday was celebrated for the first time by American colonists? That would be B, Thanksgiving. And I'm skipping the others because we haven't even talked. This one's like the easiest. Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's Eve are the others. So, maybe a trick question. 6, name 2 American Indian tribes. See, this is where those came in. This is like so easy. I don't know if they're really going to be this easy. But A, England and France. B, Holland and Portugal. That sound like soccer teams. C, Nina and Pinta. D, the Iroquois. It sounds like Iraqis, but they're both like Indian tribes or Native American, excuse me, that I've never heard of. One is Iroquois, and the other is Algonquin, Algonquin. But I do believe the answer is D. And 7, Africans were brought to America and sold as B, slaves. Sorry, I couldn't even like humor this question by even saying A, free, C, colonists, D, pilgrims. I mean, come on. We've all seen Django, haven't we? Okay, and we're hitting 10-minute mark here, so that was pretty simple stuff. Next we'll be going on just to, I'm gonna just bring up some questions, not gonna answer them, but just make sure that you are able to answer all of these questions, which just go over like that same little unit that we just went over. And we're already on to unit 2, so this is, pretty simple stuff. Okay. Thanks, and please make any comments. Like I said, happy to email you guys any copies of any of this, or if you want to buy the workbook yourself, but this lays this all out in a pretty simple matter.